The next arch had an infinity symbol engraved in gold at the top. Gold and green light spilled through it as it radiated from an archangel standing to greet us. "Welcome. Please come in. I am Archangel Raphael. My name translates to God heals. This is the level about relationships, and there is much to discuss here." He invited us to sit in deeply cushioned chairs. We had no longer sat down when in flew a bee the likes I've never seen before. Although the size of a human, it delicately landed next to the archangel. I presumed it was a queen, for she had bright gold and platinum bands around her abdomen. Her wings and body were pure white that softly glowed. Her multifaceted eyes were a deep green. She was stunning in her beauty and grace. I did not feel fear. I felt a deep, abiding love, a lot of it, flowing from her, for the planet, for all beings, for her progeny, and for the One. I felt humbled. I felt unworthy to be in such sacred company, and I could feel tears starting to form. I was about to say how grateful I am for the work of bees when Archangel Raphael said, "This is the Deva of all the bees of your planet. She has a name, but you wouldn't be able to pronounce it. She would like to share her thoughts about relationships. She communicates telepathically with humans, so relax. Sit back and listen. Let her energy do the work." I started to feel a gentle tingle throughout my body. "Beloved," a warm, soft voice in my mind said, "we bees work closely together in the hive with an appreciation of what each of us brings into our lives. We stay focused on our work, our home, and our siblings in the hive. We have to make choices with integrity and by being openly honest with each other for the highest common good and the survival of our community. So intercommunication is important. Goals are important. Organization towards those goals and productivity is important. In addition, I am speaking of the interdependency of nature, understanding that every cause has its effect and every action a reaction. There is a reason for everything, and everything has a pattern. Every pattern contains the beauty of harmony. Always look for that pattern and find it. You see, as we do our work, moving pollen from one flower to another, fertilization occurs. This is our way of being interconnected with all living things for whom we desire only peaceful coexistence and love. Our beautiful honey is our reward for all of our efforts. I would advise humans to practice open honesty in all of your communications to reduce the number of misunderstandings and maintain a loving closeness with each other as we do in the hive. This is important at every level of relationship, starting from the interpersonal to international. Build a global hive with love and understanding that produces the sweet honey of compassion for each other and all of life. As humanity ascends in frequency with Gaia, telepathy will become the preferred manner of communication on all levels. By practicing honesty in thought and action now, the gradual shift to global telepathy will be significantly faster and easier. Although human communication can be as complicated and multi-layered as ours in so many ways, loving honesty cuts through much of the complications. That is all I have to say for now. Salamet. She then elegantly flew off. Archangel Raphael smiled as he watched her leave, and turning to us said, "For my part, I would like to speak to you of the love that spans many of the connections that occur throughout human relationships. As a healer, I can help you drop your defenses and the habits that keep you separate from others, and raise your personal frequency to joy. As you increase your ability to love others, perhaps even unconditionally, your heart connections become stronger and increase in frequency. But, and this is an important but, as a healer, I cannot heal your relationships for you. Only you can forgive your trespassers. Only you can choose to love all unconditionally. Only you can choose to be respectful of nature. He looked at me square in the eye and emphasized, only you can do your own forgiveness lessons. Only you. So let's start with friendships and love relationships, for they are the usual arenas to experience personal growth and challenges, and, like the bees, choices become central to the discussion. There are decisions to be made regarding whether to enter a new relationship, continue an existing one, and possibly solidifying it with a marriage, or choose to have a healthy parting of the ways. To make good choices, it is important to understand that there are many factors to take into consideration, such as motivations, expectations, personal values, personal relationship history, be it family, platonic, or romantic, and a personal sense of self-worth. The goal is to honestly love yourself and others with an open heart and embrace all aspects of yourself and them. For love to grow and create change, it demands to flow freely and unhindered, although it may include clearing out the old before the new can stream in. He let that sink in and continued. Each person has the innate ability to communicate telepathically with every living thing, so it should not be difficult to expand this through the heart instead of the head. You only hear the messages in your head because that is where your ears are, and where you think you should hear the messages. But have you ever wondered why, out of the blue, you think you should walk your dog more often, or clean your bird's cage, or feed the cat? If you have a daily schedule to do these things, perhaps you have checked the clock to see if it's time, and it isn't. Where did that thought come from? You then look at your pet, and they give you the confirmation that they were the ones sending you the message. It really isn't coincidence. It's telepathy. Does it work with plants as well? Absolutely. Let's consider telepathy as an underused skill that is actually a better, more exact manner of communication. Once mastered, you may communicate with every living thing, even crystals and rocks. So, when we think of the word communication, the root word is commune, that means to be one with. To listen to deeply and empathetically, learning the other's language, be it body language, tone of voice, or how the message is delivered. He waved his hand and said, "Here I have created a backdrop of a beautiful garden with a volcano in the background. On the left is an apple tree with a snake moving up the trunk. On the right is a tree of 12 flames. As beautiful and lovely as this scene is, it is not pertinent to this conversation. I have a couple of friends who are willing to show you a technique to create heart connections between two people, be they friends or lovers. Allow me to introduce my beautiful woman friend, Asta, and my beautiful male friend, Hakon." From behind the apple tree stepped a woman without the snake. From behind the tree of flames stepped a man. They waited for Raphael to instruct them. Archangel Raphael continued. A heart connection simply means sending love to another that you are communicating with. Sending love opens a pathway for energy to flow, and love will be felt however it may be received. If you open any type of communication with love, then it will contain thoughts of the highest integrity, for love is the highest universal frequency. Heart connections increase in numbers as the defenses that keep you separate are dropped. With more forgiveness of others, the heart connections become stronger and your frequency rises. This is a very simple technique to make a heart connection, but it needs both people to agree to it before starting. They both need to be calm, not distracted, angry, or upset. Most importantly, this is not a process to share in a volatile relationship, because it is a very deeply personal connection. To introduce a sharing like this in an abusive relationship is usually perceived as an emotional attack or ploy of some sort by the one objecting to it. Furthermore, it is well known that negative thoughts and words operate at low and dense frequencies that rather glop together. Within this glopping are emotions that includes fear, anger, and abuse. Conversely, positive thoughts and words operate at high frequencies, flowing seamlessly through the universe, blessing everything they touch. This is the grouping of love, joy, and unity with all. This procedure uses your highest frequencies. Archangel Raphael then asked Asta and Hakon to face each other, to make sure that their hearts are across from each other, look into each other's eyes, and hold hands. He turned back to us. Once you are in this position, standing or sitting, start by focusing your attention on the other person, animal, or plant that you wish to connect with. Imagine your heart is an ever-opening flower on your chest that expands as much as you can imagine. Fill your heart flower with love and let it flow through your eyes. Feel gratitude for all the blessings in your life, for the one you are focused on, and for the opportunity to be with them. See them as the child of light that they are. See them as the pure love that infuses them and that they represent. This may take practice, but the goal is to love everything, and I mean everything, and everybody, unconditionally. While you are giving the other your full attention, consciously send them a wave of love and appreciation. No need for words or facial expressions. The other does not need to know what you are thinking. This will be an energy exchange that hopefully will be felt by both. After the heart connection is established, you may greet each other and feel the difference from your usual rote interchange. Even try to send loving thoughts to each other to see if they can pick up on your words telepathically. Many people who are very close friends or married for a long time do this without knowing this special way of communication. Now, if this connection is not made, for some folks have closed their hearts for various reasons, they will remember you. You may have been the only person in their whole life to even try. Many plants, animals, and rocks are thrilled to be acknowledged at all. My best advice is to practice, practice, practice until it is second nature. There are other techniques for touching heart chakras or doing in a group setting, but this is a good start. The blessings you receive from this will create a tremendous change on the earth plane as love ripples out continuously for eons. There are so many ways to increase the love vibration around the world, so look into various practices and share them with those you feel safe with. Remember, everyone is supported and guided, and you only need to trust your heart's voice, listen, and go within. Then the way will be shown how to harmonize all aspects of personal being and relationships at all levels. Now that you understand the basics of telepathy, our blessing to you is union with all life. Use this to get closer to all life and live joyfully. The moon stairs are right behind your chairs. Our flowers are the forget-me-nots, for remembrance. Our crystal is the beautiful alexandrite, for bringing about change and to bring happiness, success, love, and sensuality into your life. We wish you a peaceful journey. Ina Iekia and I thanked Archangel Raphael, Asta, and Hakon for the lessons. We asked that our gratitude be extended to the Deva of the bees for her wise counsel. In contemplating telepathy, I imagined talking to wild animals and ocean life, while Ina Iekia thought her pets would produce a more fruitful conversation. As we climbed the next set of stairs, the forget-me-not flowers sang loving songs of remembrance, remembering days gone by, remembering my ancestors and the people who have come and gone in my life, my beloved pets, reviewing each part of my life with different eyes. I know I wept with each step. I soaked my heart with tears to heal my loneliness and, in doing so, grow the flowers of love within. My tears washed away the many high walls I had built, so I may forgive those I judged against or held grudges against. As I cried, I felt closer to each person, loving them stronger than ever before, as my anger dwindled and the walls crumbled. I started to feel closer to life in general, to all life really, like I had never thought of nor thought possible before. I vowed to myself to continue to reach out to the life around me, even to the stars. The alexandrite beneath my feet that formed the ring around the moon worked hard at helping me to balance my emotions, realize my values, and purify my motives. Still, I continued to weep. Thankfully, Ina Iekia guided my every step so I wouldn't stumble, murmuring words of encouragement and gentle warnings should I stub my foot on the next riser. At one point she sat me down on the bench at the end of the step, the moon and crystal adornment under me. She pulled out a small cloth from her pouch and dotted my face and wiped my tears until I calmed down enough to continue. She was ever at my side for strength and guidance through to the next arch.